Everybody. Hi, Pat. Oh, your roommate left you the dishes from last night. I hope she soaked them. That's awful. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Hope you're not sick of me yet. Oh, pardon me. Hi, Keri. So, as everybody comes in, hi, Michelle. Hi, Miss Pat. Hi, Margie. Hi, Nanny G. What is something that we should talk about today? Is there anything that needs to be addressed? Hi, Gloria. Hi, Candy. Hi, Keri. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Robin. Hi, Amy. Good morning, Lisa. It's Interplanet Janet. She's a galaxy girl. Hi, Janet. Yeah, I was 3 numbers away on the first one and a lot on the second one, which is usually the way it works. I'm really far off on one. Hi, Wicked Granny. Hi, Pat Dancer. Hi, M. I'm usually way off on one and really close on the other. Yeah, you still get the 25 points. Woohoo! But they add up. Hi, Laura. So Maureen couldn't be here because her husband called her and put her to work. Dang, man. Ooh, I got something in my eye and I can't stop yawning. All I need was 4 on the last one. Oh my gosh. I played Hobby Bingo for the first time. Beginner's luck is just a myth. Gloria, I think I got your number. Actually, one of my friends played for the first time and won. 2 of my friends played for the first time and won. 2 weeks in a row. I couldn't believe it. Hi, Miss Pat. No, I've never even heard of that, Keri. Is that Acadia? Is that a yarn or a game? I don't know. They were giving away macrame stuff. Was anybody interested in that? Hi, Nana Kathleen. Oh, thank you. Oh, then no, I haven't. There is something on. something on my fingernail. Hi, Dinky Jan. Three. The market bag? Yes, happy President's Day, everybody. Keri, did you see my comment up top? No, I didn't. Keri, can I give you another address to send my package to? Yes, you can. I don't want those folks in my complex opening my stuff. Okay. Yeah, no, you can. Just email me and I'll. Because I haven't. It's still sitting behind my computer. I'm so bad. Oh, macrame stuff would make a good bag. They didn't give that bag away. That bag that had all that stuff in it, they're giving away on their YouTube channel. You're welcome. Oh, what am I doing? Forgot where I was at on the blanket. Is that what you're talking about? That bag that had everything in it? That bag was cool though, with all the little gadgets in it. We're talking about Hobby Bingo. Yeah. Yeah, that's for their YouTube channel. They're giving it away on the YouTube channel. It is beautiful. So if you don't have Hobby on YouTube, you need to get them. Oh my God, I can't believe I can't stop yawning. Honey, will you make me a cup of coffee, please? Maybe I'll stop. I can get into my info at Hobby, so haven't been able. Oh, you can't. You can call them and they'll help you. They'll reset your password for you. Jason? Hi, Jeannie T. Okay, thank you. Cleaning items to pack? Where are you going? Everybody says hi, Jason.
Hello.
He said hello. Thank you. So I said earlier that I was in the morning video that I was going to Hobby Lobby today. I have to be there at noon. I'm meeting my mom's best friend. And we're going to get some cotton yarn that I have to replace that I have down here because they're not the right colors. It's hard to buy a yarn online with the colors. The antique white looked too brown. Yeah, and it's 30% off this week. Honey, do you remember if Hobby Lobby has a wheelchair or what you call it? Yeah.
I think Hobby Lobby only has
a big one though, right?
Yeah.
Good. They have a wheelchair. Woohoo! I'm happy. Yeah, that's for that bag. It's in the middle of Vancouver. Good morning, Mary. It's in the middle of Vancouver, so it's about 45. She's not from around here. It's it's right off at 205 at the Vancouver Mall. You drove right by it probably. So, yeah. After the live, I'll go get ready and we'll go. I don't know if I want to exchange the yarn or just get my money back. And yeah, you did. It used to be where Sears was, and now Hobby Lobby's there. I don't know what's on top of it though, because Sears was both floors.
The arcade.
Oh, it's an arcade now.
Arcade, bowling alley.
Arcade, bowling alley. Wow. Jason knows. Okay, so what's a good topic to talk about today? Because I'm all out of ideas. Give me some ideas. And Jen is doing a little bit better, but her head is killing her. We mostly went to Costco, Vancouver for gas. You just passed. You would have taken the same exit, except for you would have went up and around on 500. Right? No, you got off on Andreessen.
Got off on
Haddon Parkway. You would have taken the exit before that. I'm so confused. It's hard when you don't drive anymore. I need to get my car fixed or get rid of it. Thanks, babe.
What?
He's mad at me.
Danger?
Yeah. Because I grabbed 2 yogurts out and
Didn't share any with him?
well, one of them was expired by 6 days and I wasn't going to open it. Anyway. So, a good topic. Uh-oh, the cat's biting in. So, a good topic. Let's see. Well, Ellie has stitch markers for St. Patty's Day. I got mine. I just looked at them. That's what made me think of them. my Valentine's Day ones are right here. They're all on, all 14 of them. I love them. Oh. Oh, and for those of you who didn't make it to my live earlier, which I don't expect you to ever make it if I have 2 lives, I don't expect you to watch the replay of both or watch both of them. I really don't. But so yesterday we took apart that great big blanket that I was making. So my widths were 96, and Jason took apart 2, so that made it 94. I finished 2, which made it 92. Then I was working on one, and I was trying to figure out where I was at on it, and I couldn't find. It was a madhouse. It's always a madhouse by that Costco. Always. And so I went and I found where I was, and I was like, well, it's buckling here on all of these points. So I thought I was missing chains that I was supposed to have there. I read it wrong. So I ripped out 15 rounds for nothing. They were right. And I told Jason, and he laughed at me. He thought it was really funny. Not finding it very funny. But so what's everybody working on? Isn't your dad staying in Washington? Yeah, but now you only got to go half as far. I'm going to go crawl back into bed. This cold. Oh, Maureen's here. This cold I've got is making me really tired. Ugh. Everyone have a great day. Love and peace. Thank you, Wicked Granny.
Hello, everyone. How are you all?
To Oregon. I found out yesterday. Where in Oregon? I'm working on a cat stitch blanket. I'm working on a twisted headband. Such is the business of divorce, I guess. Yeah, it is. I'm working on a shawl with Karen crystal cakes. Cool. Welcome back.
Well, it turns out with it being President's Day, the business meeting Wayne was supposed to have at 1:00, their office is closed, and nobody happened to let the people out at his project know that there was nobody going to be there for the 1:00 meeting. So thank goodness I barely got out the door and was loading up the truck, and he calls and says, never mind. Okay. So finally made it back in. So there's Pat Cray again. Hello, sweetheart. I'm sorry you're having to do them dishes. There's little Keri and Michelle. Hello, Miss Pat. And Margie's back. Nammy G. Hello, sweetheart. And Gloria. I hope she got her song again. Miss Candy. There's Sharon and Amy. Hello, sweetheart. Robin's back. There's Lisa and Janet. Hello. Oh, you played Hobie Bingo for the first time? I know. I know. You should have been in our Zoom. 2 of them were down to 3 numbers. 3 numbers. Yeah. And then, of course, the wheel goes crazy. So, anyway,
Hi, Bonnie.
there's M and Laura. Hello, Laura. Wicked's back. Let's see. Nana Kathleen. Hello, sweetheart. Thank you for catching the replay. We really appreciate that. Jennifer's back. Oh, wish that would go away. And let's see. I think I'm about caught up. I said Gloria.
Hi, Teresa.
Hello, Jeannie T. Okay, am I almost there?
Sharon's on the 3rd bobbin of her blanket.
Oh my goodness. And there's Mary. Goodness. Y'all are chatters this afternoon.
Hi, Laura.
And then there's Laura. Now I'm caught up. She's lurking.
Yep.
No. I'm glad all of y'all are back for round 2.
I couldn't think of a topic. I told him about ripping out my project that I had it right, and I ripped it out and realized I had it right.
Oh no. Seriously?
Yeah, that round one.
Oh my goodness. Mm.
I didn't tell you?
No. Nope. That's a
That
bummer.
one that Victoria made for you?
Yes, the last I heard was that you were showing us where it was bunching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was right all along?
Mm-hmm.
Well, why was it bunching then?
I'm not, probably because I needed to,
You maybe picked up the wrong hook or something?
no,
No.
it probably needed to be blocked.
Oh. Oh man, that's a real bummer because that was a lot that you ripped out. Mm. So,
You could give them what the day has for us from Madonna.
oh, that's right. I'm sure many of you have already seen this today, but let me pull it up. Welcome to Monday, the 20th day of February. It's President's Day, Clean Out Your Bookcase Day, Love Your Pet Day, which you should do every day, National Comfy Day, National Leadership Day. Okay, this is weird. And National Handcuff Day. The food holidays are cherry pie and muffins. I will take cherry pie all day long. I love cherries. Love, love, love them. Exactly. So, I do have a question for some of you. Okay, Lisa, will you go have a good nap or good night, whichever one? I don't know where you're at, but go have a good rest. We'll just leave it at that, okay? Thank you so
Love
much
you,
for being
Lisa.
here,
Feel better.
though. So, do you ever substitute a different yarn in a project than what the pattern calls for?
I'm getting ready to.
Oh, you are?
Mm-hmm. That's what this Hobby Lobby trip is all about.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It told me to use drops yarn.
To use what?
Drops yarn.
Okay. I guess that's a brand.
Early City brand.
Okay. All righty.
It's literally worse than peaches and cream.
Oh, got you. Okay. Oh, yeah. Lots of folks are saying yes all the time, always. And Nana Kathleen said, if I knew it was National Comfy Day, I would have had an excuse to stay in my PJs. I hear you. I hear you. PJs are the most comfortable things to be in once you're at home and know you're not going out anywhere.
And I always just use whatever I have on hand for a pattern.
Right. Right. Now,
So
let me expand on that question just a little bit. Do you substitute different weights for your pattern? Like if it calls for a 4, have you ever gone up to a 5 or gone down, say, to a 3?
it's really funny that you asked that question because this pattern calls for this exact yarn, just not this color.
Uh-huh. Are you using, so you're using
Mandela ombre.
okay, and that's what it called for, just not the color you're using.
It calls for the purple.
Okay. Are you using the recommended hook size?
No.
Oh, see, there you made a substitution, so you altered the pattern just a little bit.
You're damn right, because the H hook is insane. Found that out with the first trade.
Yeah. I do that a lot too, simply because and mine is more of substituting or playing around with the hook more than actually the yarn, because I normally use just whatever it is I have on hand. Or yeah, the Jennifer, I agree with you. I use what I have that's nearest to what is required. But sometimes I want it to, like in a shawl or a cowl, a scarf. It may call for a 4-way, but I would like to see what it would look like in a 3-way, or it might call for the 4-way with an I. Well, what's it going to look like with a J or a K? That's what I like to play around with, is just to change it up a little bit so that it really is more my take on the pattern. You know what I mean?
From the middle blankets that I've been making.
Mm-hmm.
The bulky ones that I've done called for a K hook. And I continued using the K hook, not even thinking about it being a 4-weight yarn.
Right.
It looked fine.
Right.
Well, I used a 7, and I thought I like that better. It's more drapey.
Right. Right. And a lot of times that's what I find for me.
Yeah, and then I made a skinny cake for a commission, and I used the 7, and it is, you would never know I didn't use the right hook.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's not going to look at it and go, she didn't use the right hook.
No, you're exactly right. Nana Kathleen says, she agrees that she's used what, as far as the yarn is concerned, she used what she has, and she has substituted hook sizes.
Hi, Angela.
Right. Well, I'm really a tight crocheter, so a lot of times I have to go up in on my hook size, especially if they give me a gauge swatch, or give me some indication of like how many stitches per inch or per row. And I know that I'm going to have to change it anyway, so why not change it to a hook size that I like the stitch being worked up in. So
yeah.
Hello, Angela. How are you, sweetheart?
But I don't remember what hook size it said for me to what hook size I used to start this in.
Mm-hmm.
I think looking at it that I used a J.
Right.
I might have used an I.
Yeah,
But
Robin says that she's the same. She normally goes up 2 hook sizes, and that's about what I have to go to most times.
the skein of the Mandela ombre calls for a 5.5.
Yeah, most of the time it'll call for an I.
And I just know I'm over halfway done with this blanket. So there is an end in sight.
Yay. Do you know how many skeins you have in that one right now?
No, but I know it takes 7.
Oh, mercy. It's going to be a big one.
Well, you saw where it takes each cake. Let me show you.
Didn't you say it would give you about 18 rows or something like that?
Yeah, so it was like from here
Mm-hmm.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. To like here.
Okay. And how many rows is that?
This is 18 right here, or this is 16 right here.
Okay.
But I count because the marker was on. It was over. It was a row.
Okay.
So I counted the 2 rows.
Right.
So it did about 18 rows, and I'm on. I'm on row 56.
Wow, you have done a lot since yesterday.
I want it done.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad, because then that's another one off of your. Oh no. Oh, Amy says I'm doing some tatting, keeping kids alive, and watching the snowfall. No school for us here today and tomorrow. Not because it's weather related. They were already out of school. So are they out of school for the week?
I think they're just out of school today and tomorrow.
Wow. Well, our kids are only out of school for today. So,
Yeah, I remember them days.
yep. Crystal says it's supposed to be in the 70s by midweek. I am not ready. Oh, okay. Oh, really? Kim Anderson says, I know in Massachusetts it's school vacation week. Huh. Amy says, I hope not. How are you, Kim? Thank you so much for being here with us this afternoon. Oh, the 80s. Well, now that I can understand.
I hope not. She's like, I hope they're not home all week.
Right.
Hi, Truly Amazing.
Hello, Truly. How are you, sweetheart? I hope everyone's having a great start to their week.
Oh yeah, today's Monday.
Yes, it is. Did everyone play bingo? Hobie bingo a little while ago?
Don't forget, tomorrow is bingo. Bingo.
Oh my goodness. Truly says yes, it's vacation for her grandkids also. And Amy says they're out today because it's, the national holiday. And tomorrow, because teachers have conferences. We're supposed to get 12 inches of snow, though, by Thursday. So we'll see. Yep, you get too much snow and then buses can't run.
Oh my gosh. That's
All right. Yes, ma'am, it is. I'm sorry, just sitting here kind of playing with it. Yes, ma'am, I was able to snatch all but 2 sizes of the Furls Middle Streamline when they went on sale. So I was very, 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 very happy. Oh, Gloria, I wish you could play with us too. All right. Well, how's your father-in-law, Kim? Yes, ma'am. And I was a little worried about because of this big bulb here, because I'm a Bates girl, and I was afraid of how it was going to feel. Has been lost, even with dementia. He knows when she's not here. Oh, bless his heart. I bet he is happy to have her back home. That's awesome. Yeah, because when they get to be that age, when their routine or their surroundings change, it really does take a hit on them. They really do. Anyway, I was afraid that this bulb would be in my way as far as crocheting is concerned, but nope. I've been working on a project for the last 2 or 3 days, and I decided gonna have to find out if these things are. I wanted them. All right. Number one, they've got the Susan Bates head. I love that. And I just wanted the medal. So anyhow, I love this. I really, really do. I do crochet pretty far up on the barrel. Of course, I do that on my Bates too. So it didn't matter to me whether they had those little, thumb and finger indents like for most knife holders on the Bates and the boys. But yeah, the only thing is I had to learn how to roll this a little further when pulling through my loops than on the Bates, because this part of the hook here, the head, right before it curves in there on the neck, is a little longer than it is on a Bates. That's the only difference. And it didn't take me but, a few rows to learn how to get that going through there smoothly. So yes. Okay.
I'm going to start using mine after I get all my whips caught up.
Oh, Amy, I hope you get yours too. 65 years together. Oh my word. That's unheard of nowadays. You know it?
Well, your mom and dad were together forever.
But not 65 years.
They weren't?
No, not my folks.
I thought they were. How long were they together?
Oh, there it is. 58.
Well, that's close enough. Jeez, we're not splitting crackers here. You get a crumb.
Well, okay.
You get a crumb, I get a crumb. You get a crumb, I get 2 crumbs. Good grief. That's still unheard of.
Well, that's right. It is. It very much is unheard of. I think nowadays anything over 20 and we ought to be, shooting off firecrackers.
When I first got married, they said year 7 was the hardest year to live through.
Mm-hmm.
And it was year 7. Tom got sick August 1st, and our anniversary was our 7-year anniversary was August 9th. And then he passed on the 23rd of August.
Oh my
so
goodness.
we only got 14 days of our 7 years.
Yeah.
And not even together because he was, um, I would say 7 of those days he was completely out of it. I mean, he got out of his, when they took him to OHSU, he I went and got in bed. I went and they let me sleep in the doctor's conference room, which I had to sleep on a bench that was this big. It was, but I was a lot smaller then,
Mm-hmm.
but it was still smaller than me. Anyway, I was sound asleep and um, I got up to go to the bathroom and I looked towards his room and I saw him go into another room. And I'm like, what is he doing out of bed without his IVs and his catheter?
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the nurse's desk and I said, I, I swear, if it wasn't him, it was a ghost. I swear I saw Tom go into the room past his. And she said, oh, you're kidding. And I said, no, I'm not. You better go check. She did. It just happened to be a lady's bed who was just taken down to have x-rays done or some type of work done up, like a
Yeah.
ultrasound or a CAT scan or an MRI, something like that done, that she wasn't in her bed. Thank God. Because he got in her bed and curled up in a fetal position and just was rocking.
Mm-hmm.
He ripped his cords and his catheter completely out.
Oh my goodness. Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Hi, Millie.
Margie and Amy are hoping to get their furls orders tomorrow. Kim Anderson, it'll be 40 years for her and her husband Kevin in November. That is awesome. Pat Cray's back with us. Crystal says, my parents were together barely 10 years. Even my grandparents got a divorce, and here I am 20 years on July the 5th. Awesome.
Yeah, my grandma was married 5 times. My dad's been married 5 times. The last time he was married, she passed away, and he's been single. Well, he had a girlfriend, but he'll never get married again.
Right. Bonnie said yesterday would have been her and her husband's 45th anniversary. You've been having a really rough week. Well, sweetheart, I have you in my prayer book right now.
Oh,
I'll be lifting
Bonnie.
you up. Angela says 45 years for her and her hubby. And there's little Melly Bell. How's my sweetheart?
Bonnie, if you ever need to talk, just text me, sweetie.
Yeah. There's a lot of us that would love to just sit and listen to you if you need be. Oh, Yarn again, 36 and a half years.
Wow.
Well, Wayne and I in March will be together 23 years.
Okay, you
Oh,
guys.
there's Nancy. Hello again, sweetheart. Thank you for coming back this afternoon.
Hi, Nancy. So it's actually really kind of funny. Wayne and Maureen have known each other for an extremely long time. If they would have just shut up and done the game right, they would have had children and a long marriage, but
Yep.
they didn't play right
Nope.
and decided. I think Wayne moved.
Yes, he
Is that
did.
right?
Yep, that's what happened. He moved. Pat Cray says, I would have been 29 years for me and my late husband. Nana Kathleen says 37 years in April for us. This is the second marriage for both of us. Well, this is the second marriage for both Wayne and I, too. I was 1 month short of 25 years with my first husband, and he just decided he didn't want to play house anymore. So, what do you do with that?
I don't know.
Crystal says, my parents were young. They ran away and eloped at 19 and 17. Howdy do to you too, sweet Granny D. How are you, sweetheart?
Hi,
Thank you so much for the big hugs.
second marriage for me and first marriage for my late husband.
Yeah.
Oh.
That Ray said.
Well, you know, some of those men want to just be bachelors and they decide, yeah, marriage just isn't for me. And then later on in life, they think, oh, well, that would be okay.
And some of them get married, and then after a while decide married life is just not for them anymore.
Right. I liked being a bachelor.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Oh, Nancy says she will be celebrating her 5th anniversary next month, and her parents will be celebrating 55 in June.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And Amy says she and her husband will be together 40 years in July. Y'all are just super awesome. I tell you what.
Well, you know, I know what you got to do to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
And number one is you have to communicate.
Amen.
Period.
First and foremost.
If you are unhappy about something, even if it's little, you need to say something.
That's right.
You can't hold it in and let it fester. You got to talk.
Right.
If the other person does something that upsets you, you need to let them know.
That's right.
And doesn't communicate.
Mm-mm.
He's snoring right now.
Well, do you drag it out of him? Or you just wait until he explodes?
Don't care.
Oh.
Yeah. I've gotten to the point where I did get an elephant for Valentine's Day.
Oh.
But
Pat Cray says it's been 9 years since she lost her late husband. Miss him every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's only been 3 years since my mom passed, and I know my dad misses her every day. I know I miss her, but I know that, the missing that dad experiences is not anything, or my missing her is not anything, like what he experiences.
Well,
Crystal says,
like you're missing her isn't anything like his. I mean,
mine's more from a child's perspective, and his is more from a companion's perspective,
Right.
Crystal says, my mom will tell you even now to this day, my dad was her only true love she ever experienced. They just was too young and couldn't make it work.
I think the difference, you'll have to tell me in a minute. I think the difference between a spouse and a parent is, growing up at some point that you're going to lose your parent.
Yeah.
I mean, you grow up knowing that. You don't know when, but you know it's going to happen.
Right.
But you don't think about losing your spouse.
No, you don't.
Especially at 29 and 31. I mean, that was just like crazy. So I think it's a lot harder.
Right.
And then I think that even losing your child is even worse than that.
Right. Yeah, I can't imagine that one.
I can't.
He says, well, I think Kevin realized it was cheaper to keep me than it was to divorce me, but I was his only girlfriend ever, so, and you just can't top that. Amen, Kim. Amen. Get away. Margie said, jump, come back here. Come on. Let's see. Margie said August will be 33 years.
Hi, Ashley.
What is going on with this?
I
I'll
don't
get
know.
to in a minute. Okay. August will be 33 years for her and her husband. On the 27th, it'll be 60 years for her parents.
Wow. Hi,
And
Ashley.
Millie says they'll be celebrating, her and Matt, 19 years in June. Oh my goodness, girlfriend, you're not old enough to be married that long.
I know she looks like a little girl, you
I
guys.
know.
Well, Matt doesn't look any older than she does.
Yeah, that's right, guys. They look still like kids. Kids.
Teenagers.
Yep.
Teenagers in love.
Hello, Sunflower. How are you?
That's Ashley.
I'll remember it eventually, Ashley. Pat Cray. My late husband and I never went to bed angry. We prayed together and we always told each other we loved each other. You know, that's one of the things my mom told me, never go to bed angry. But just sometimes, guys, I don't know about you.
You
Yeah.
just gotta let it go.
Well, I will have to admit there have been a few nights when I've just sat up long after he's gone to bed and I'm just sitting there still mad. Of course, by in the morning, it's like, didn't make any difference.
Mm-mm.
Granny D said, I made it almost 23 years and I was the one who got squirrely and left. Well, sometimes that just happens, Granny D.
Sometimes that does. Boy, we didn't start talking about a good topic.
Just like the animals earlier, huh?
Yeah.
That's right, Crystal. Sometimes it's best just to sleep on it because it may just be the day. You got that one right.
Yeah. I try not to go to bed angry, but oh, I do sometimes go to bed angry.
Mm-hmm. My anger comes from when you can tell that they're not listening. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They are not listening. And it's like, just a minute. Did you hear what I said? Blah. No, you're not listening to me. And so then it's just, both of us just shut down and that's it. And then you get up the next
Oh,
day and it's like, nothing's ever happened. Well, if I hadn't made some stupid mistakes, I would have been married 50 years this year. We were married 20. Oh,
I will be asking Jason or talking to Jason or specifying something to Jason, and he will say, "Who? Me? He's the only other human in the house. Who the hell else would I be talking to?"
yep. Jennifer said she left her ex after 10 years and she's been single ever since.
That's true, Crystal. Me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are those times where you just have to bite that.
Bite
I
the
was gonna say,
tongue.
I was gonna say bite the bullet, but that's a bad reference. Yeah, bite the tongue. At first, I thought you said bite the gun.
Bonnie said, I was always told don't go to bed angry, even if you need to see the sun come up. I know. And I was told the same thing, Bonnie, because just every once in a while.
No, Teresa, he doesn't.
Let's see. Sharon says, left my ex when he went back to jail. I think that's a good thing, Sharon. I don't know the circumstances. I'm just saying Sounds like that was a good deal.
It was a good thing.
So,
Does he fabricate the truth, Teresa?
hello,
Hi,
Bryn. How
Bryn.
are you, sweetheart? Oh, wow. Ashley says Mr. Sunflower and I have been married for less than 3 months, but we've been together for almost 12 years. Well, that's awesome.
Wow.
Oh, you and me, Bonnie. Yep. Even in the worst of our arguments, we would end up laughing, but partially because we both agreed divorce would never be an option. That's right.
They could be related then, Teresa. I mean, I'm telling you, the fish was this long.
Mm-hmm.
But when he tells it, the fish was this long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the way they always do it.
Why? I just don't get it. Why can't it just be this long?
Well, because it's not as great a story. Mm-hmm. Crystal said, oh, Margie says, my ex was an alcoholic and unfaithful.
Oh, that's a good idea, Teresa. Oh.
Brenda says, I was married at 19 for 19 years, and now she's been single ever since. Crystal said, my hubby is a good man, but not the best upbringing. So me and him are both guilty of having trauma responses. So we have to walk away at times, and it might turn into a knockout, drag out. Well,
Oh, Judy, I'm so sorry.
yeah, me too. But it sounds like since you're in the past tense, that means you're out of that relationship.
I remember. Now, this is funny to me because my first husband and I went to Al-Anon because I had to figure out a way that I could say no and be
Okay.
okay with it, because he would say, I need more beer, but I can't go get it because I've had too many to drink to drive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you've had too many to drink to drive, you probably had too many to have anymore tonight.
Right.
And then he'd get mad at me and say, well, I'll go get my own.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, so I hid the keys. I hid his keys and my keys in the Tupperware drawer
Mm-hmm.
in the kitchen. And he comes flying around the corner. Now, mind you, he's 6'2" and I'm 5'3". He goes sliding around that corner, and I'm standing there like this. What? What are you looking for? And he goes, give me my damn keys. I'm like, I don't have them. I didn't.
Uh-huh.
didn't
You
have them.
didn't. You weren't telling a lie. You didn't have them.
And he goes, where'd you put them? I don't know. They're gone. The first drawer he opened up when he pushed me out of the way was the Tupperware drawer. And he
Oh,
got
no.
his set, not mine. And I was like, if you open that door, I'm calling 911. And he said, go ahead. And he must have pushed me or something. And I was trying to get him to release the keys. I don't remember exactly how it happened, but I ended up biting his arm like right here. And sometimes my jaw gets stuck,
Oh no.
and it got stuck. And he's all going like this, and here I am, I'm 5'3", and he's 6'2". He's like, can't let me
Oh
go.
no.
He spent a week at his cousin's after that. He was so pissed. Somebody that lived close to us called the police.
Oh no. Pat Cray said, a guy friend of mine asked me the other day, would I ever remarry? My answer, hell no. Sorry for the bad language.
That's funny.
Oh, Judy said, after 20 years, I've been single for about 9 years. I went to counseling to get my self respect and dignity back. I'm glad you sought some help after that.
Well, and the thing about it, I didn't mean, hi, Sally. I did not mean to hurt him. I wasn't going in to hurt him. And I know that biting is probably the worst thing I could have done.
Mm-hmm.
And
Christine, back in the house.
a mini arm staff. And so I was just trying to keep him safe.
Yep.
And so there was an officer talking to me and an officer talking to him. And I said, the law had just come into effect that if the police are called, one of you go to jail, no matter what. And so I asked the cop that I was talking to, I said, and I had 2 babies. Thomas and Mackenzie were little. Mackenzie was under 8 months because I moved to Vancouver. We ended up moving to Vancouver. Anyway, I asked the officer, I said, so I know with this new law that if somebody calls the police, one of us goes to jail. And he goes, well, neither of you called the police. And that really is just a new law. So as long as neither one of you are hurt, neither one of you will go. And I said, well, I'm not hurt, but I did bite him. And he said, he goes, well, he started laughing and he goes, as long as he doesn't say anything to the other officer, you're good. But if he says something to the other officer, you're going to jail. It's like, I can't go to jail. I got babies here.
Uh-huh.
I was all worried about going to jail. And then the other officer comes up and says, Tom's going to go to his cousin's house and he's going to stay there for a few days. Give you guys
lovely.
to cool off. I was like, well, that brat.
No, that works. That works.
Well, no, I wanted to talk and I wanted to talk now. And every time I called over there for a week, he wouldn't talk to me. And he knew that would just make me more mad because I wanted to talk and he wouldn't talk to me. But anyway.
Right. Oh goodness.
Yeah. It is funny now. It is hilarious. Right. I'm so glad. Yeah, I'm so glad that that could have been my first time in jail. Could you imagine? I would have been a scared kitten against the wall going, no, don't make me do it. Don't make me. I don't want
to. But Jeannie T.
I don't want to be your bitch.
Jeannie T brought up a good point too, though. You biting him probably saved his life and anybody else's out there that would have been in his path if he was that drunk. He could have very easily hit somebody.
I know we're over an hour, you guys. When I was pregnant with Thomas, it was I had him January 13th, and this was the day before Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
We were at a bar, and he was drinking tequila shots at the bar that I didn't know about. And they were drinking pitchers of beer at the table, and I was just drinking a 7-Up. And I mean, I was as big as a house. You couldn't look at me and not know I wasn't pregnant. I mean, you knew. And so I went up to I told the barmaid, they don't need anything more to drink. And Tom got mad at me and said, "Don't you tell me what I can have and what I can't have." And I'm like, "You can't even talk. How can you order a beer?"
Right.
He goes up to the counter and he gets another shot, and I'm looking at him order the shot, and I'm like going. So I went up to the counter and I said, "You better make sure that every barmaid in this bar knows, and you know, that he better be cut off, because if he gets in an accident going home and kills somebody, your ass is in trouble, not mine. I will own this place."
Mm-hmm.
And they went next door to the bar across the street, because I walked out and followed them. And I walked right back into the bar that I was in. And I said, "You better call next door and tell them that you cut them off, because they just went next door
Yeah.
and they wouldn't serve them." And so he was going to leave me there regardless. So
Mhm.
I got on the payphone and I called my dad and said, left a message and was just like, "Dad, I'm at," and I was not in a really good part of town. And I was like, "Dad, I'm at blah, blah, blah. If you wake up and get this, hopefully I'll be asleep on your couch." And Tom comes out of the bar and rips that phone out of my hand and rips it right off of the receiver, right off of the phone thing.
You
And
take care, Christine. I totally understand, sweetheart.
okay, love you. Anyway, and I was like, "Good grief." I was in the middle of leaving a message for my dad. Well, before he ripped it off of there, he goes, "Yeah, come and get your son of a bitch daughter." Blah, 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 every name in the book, you know. And I'm like going, "Oh my God, if my dad hears him talk to me like that to him, he's going to have a fit." So now I have to go to his house. Well, I got the rent money and it's all cash in my pocket. So I went back to the bar that cut him off first, and I said, "Can you order me a cab?" And I was scared to death. I'd never been in a cab before, and I had the nicest cab driver. And I had been crying, and I he sent me to he took me to my dad's, and I gave him the money and I gave him a tip, and I told him, "Thank you very much." And I got in the house and I erased the message, thank God. Got in the chair and laid back, because I couldn't lay down on the couch. Wouldn't been able to get back up. And the phone rang. And I was like, "Holy shit." And I answered him like, "Hello?" And it's Tom. And he goes, "Did you call the police on me?" And I said, "No. Why would I call the police on you?" "Well, somebody called the police on me." Well, what I had done when I went back to the bar before I had them call me a cab was I told him, "This is the make and model number of the car, and here's the license number. You better call the police and report him as a drunk driver, because if he kills somebody again, I'm going to own your bar."
Right.
And I was like, I didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so he goes, "Well, I can't even get behind the wheel of the car and sleep to sober up." And I'm like, sorry?
Yeah.
What do you want me to do about it? I'm trying to sleep here. And he goes, "Well, how'd you get to your dad's?" I said, "I took a cab." "With what money?" "It doesn't matter." "Okay, well, can you come down here and get me and take me home?" And I'm like, "Sure, I'll come down and yeah, I'll do that." So he was by his work. So he walked towards his work. I ended up getting the same cab driver.
Oh no.
So he didn't charge. He knew what was going on, because I had told him what had happened. And we picked him up at his work. He got in and oh my God, he smelled like a brewery. It was so horrible. We get in the car and I drive home. And it was the next morning that he asked me, he said, "Did you call the cops on me?" And I said, "No, I told you I didn't call the cops on you." And he goes, "Okay, I was just wondering." And I said, "No, I did not." I said, "But I did tell the bartender that if he didn't, that I would own the bar if you hurt somebody."
Yeah.
And he goes, "So it was you that made them call?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, I gave him the make and model and the license plate number, everything they needed, your name." So they knew the person that was driving and everything. And he got so mad at me. He had gotten so drunk that night that I thought he was sober the next morning, that he was still a little bit drunk.
Mm,
But he wasn't so drunk that he got mad. He was
right.
just like upset, mad, like, how could you do that to me? Kind of thing. But I used to drive people all the time. Yeah, it's scary. I always told people that I would drive them. The bar would give me soda to. No, they charged me for my soda.
Oh,
Yeah, the bartender just wanted. Oh, the bartender just wanted Tom.
mm-hmm.
I swear. Anyway, we're gonna go, you guys. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to relive all that, but it's one of those funny moments now that you think about it. Especially flying around with your head bobbing around, trying to get your jaw unlocked, and you're sitting there going, "Can you stop so I can try to get my jaw undone?" As you're going like this.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
Yes. Y'all be the light in the darkness out there for someone today, folks, because you never know. You could be the light or the driver that somebody needs. We love you all.
We love you. Be a
Bye.
blessing. Bye bye.